Coach, you're able to grab some momentum spots in that game, and Yukon had an answer. What really was the difference in that really 7-minute stretch or so in the second half after you took the lead, where Yukon was able to build a double-digit lead?
Yeah, I mean, first, Uconn is really tough to guard. They do an amazing job, and their style is very unique because they have a lot of off-ball screening. They move really well, and they have the personnel that really fits that style. You know, guys like Spencer and Caravan, guys are really good players, especially on offense. So, look, they're difficult to guard. I don't care the name of your team. If you play Yukon, you have to be at your best. And, you know, like the first 4 minutes of the game, it was kind of like a video game. You know, they just hit 4 threes in a row, bang. And they can do that. So I think part of it is just that's Yukon. You have to be really good. We did a lot of good things. I mean, the first half was back and forth. You know, I felt like we were playing from behind, but you get to halftime, that's anybody's game. I thought the start of the second half might have been our best of the year. Hit a couple three-point shots. It was great to see Gitas shoot the ball when he's open. Dez made a couple. And, I think we won that first 4-minute segment of the second half on the heels of a tough first half. So you start to add it up, that's 24 minutes. We were not perfect in that 24 minutes. But when they really broke the game open, as much credit as I give them, we had a hard time running back in transition, pointing, talking, matching up, having purpose running back, flying around, getting to three-point shooters, not having two defenders run to the same guy. And, I haven't watched it, but I'm probably going to be very accurate. I thought they had 8, 10, 12 points there in a flurry that had everything to do with their transition game and our inability to get back. That's on us. That's the one thing that you can control. You can make that game 5-on-5. You can be disciplined, hard playing, relentless in trying to get back. Doesn't mean you're going to be perfect, but they shouldn't be able to break the game open to the way they did against us. And I thought that was the biggest disappointment in the game for us. Just can't happen. I believe I called 2 timeouts just to try to fix it. And, if a couple guys are jogging back, if it's lack of effort, that's unacceptable. And that becomes the next thing. How do we deal with that to fix it so that we're better? Did we fight in the last 3.5, 4 minutes to the end? Yes. And, I was really thrilled with the Boo. 8 offensive rebounds. I thought Gitas shooting the ball, giving us 10 points was great. It was good to see Dez make a couple threes. And we did a lot of things. We shot 27 free throws. But to beat Yukon, to actually win the game tonight, I thought that segment that I'm talking about, everybody felt it. Our fans, their bench, their players, our bench, our players, they broke it open right there. So we'll take a look at that part, try to be better. But that's the thing you always have to be razor sharp on, because it's hard enough to beat them, guarding them 5-on-5 in the half court and scoring, that when you give them those transition baskets. We had one in the first half where we missed a free throw and they advanced passed on the left side and the guy got an and one on a layup. Again, you could watch 500 college basketball games. It's hard to get a breakaway layup on a missed free throw. So transition defense, that's where I thought we really erred tonight.
When you evaluate a game like this, do you look at it at all like, hey, there's a team in there that's still willing to fight and they're coming up short? Or are you looking at it more as, hey, there are these flaws that continue to get in our way?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think we're somewhat limited in certain areas. So because of that, we don't have a lot of room for error. And where you feel that when you watch our team play is if we ever have a high turnover game, like for example, I think we turned it over on the last play of the game, so I'll get rid of that one. But we had 13 turnovers tonight. If you play that game with 8 or 9, that's probably the way that you have a chance to win. So when you see us turn the ball over, it affects us winning in a big, big way. We just don't have that margin for error. Same thing with 20-second shots. If you can get 20-second shots in a Big East game, you have to say, man, that's amazing. I mean, we did that. We out-rebounded them 42-30. But what's deceiving is on those 20-second shots, we scored 15 points. It's hard to score 15 points on 20-second shots. You know, you get fouled, you kick it out 4-3, you go back up and score it. So that's a little deceiving. But was our effort there and the physicality? And, you know, I thought Lazar Djokovic, he had 6 rebounds tonight. He had 2 or 3 that, man, I haven't seen him get. He just really went above the rim and got the ball with 2 hands. That was great to see. But, yeah, 20 offensive rebounds, a lot of good things there. But, you know, we're trying to win every game. So I don't really look at it as guys are trying hard. I mean, they better. I mean, it's why they're here. That's the requirement. You're going to play hard. And I thought we could have played harder. That's why I keep bringing up this transition defensive deal. You know, jogging is not part of the deal. And if from the perspective of us, the way you fix that is you just sit guys. And, you know, you give a fresher player more of an opportunity. But transition defense is really disappointing. And, again, I credit Yukon.
Sean, Quincy was talking about him spending time around Yukon in a national championship last year, and what he got from doing that was he knows there's another level that champions play at. I guess my question to you is, how do you get your team to get to that next level and understand there is another level to reach?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's something that we're working on constantly. You do it through experience, actually going through it. You do it through film. You know, you do it through practices and hard conversations. And sometimes you don't really see it in 1 year. You might see it as a player grows older. Who he was as a freshman, man, he's much different as a sophomore. Or in Abu's case, who he would have been in November or December at Xavier in his first year. Wow, look at him now. Sometimes it takes that time. It does. But playing hard at this level, being a hard-playing team, not just saying it, but actually you are that, there's another level that a number of our players have to get to. There's no doubt in my mind. And we're moving in that direction, but, you know, that's where I come in. You know, the standard is the standard, and that's what we're going to do. But, again, a lot of things tonight we take away and move forward to Providence, and we feel good about. And there's some things that we have to fix. In particular, really look at that segment of the game of who didn't get back. Who was it? Why did that happen? And learn from it. Make sure that that doesn't happen again.
Sean, we haven't seen you guys press a whole lot this year, but you pressed at the end and it created some havoc, created some turnovers. Is that something maybe you see more of? I know you played a fast pace. Guys, you talked about that kind of a pace a lot. So is that something maybe you see more of? Or
we're mixing it in. And again, I thought our guys did a good job at the end of the game. I mean, acknowledging that. I mean, it didn't have to get to a 3-point game. It could have ended at 10. But we fought, and I thought our press helped us a little bit. We also pressed early in the game, and we struggled to match up. So we pressed, and it's more Yukon than our press. They're just so skilled. You know, they're playing Caribbean at the 5-some. You know, that's a tough matchup for every team in the country. So you're pressing them with that skill level. You're at risk to have matchups that aren't going to be in your favor. So, you know, I don't know if that group, us doing that to them, would have benefited us a whole lot more than we really did do it. But look, Ucon's a good team, and they really are. Everything that's obvious speaks for itself on offense, especially like as they sub. You know, you really have to be disciplined guarding them with the ball movement and their spacing and the pace they play at. Their pace on missed shots is maybe as good as I've seen. We saw it on film We knew that that's something they did well, and they did it extremely well against us, especially in the second half.